Welcome to the Captain's Cabin. Many of you, over the last couple of years, have been very concerned with safety. It's understandable. The government, the mainstream media, all of the organizations that you grew up trusting have been telling you to follow the government's direction in order to be safe. It's crazy. Back in the 50s, 60s, after the wars, the government wasn't preaching about safety. They were preaching about freedom. And they were preaching about freedom because what had happened to the people that lived in European countries that were crushed under the reign of the Germans, Hitler, the Fuhrer. The people of Austria invited him into their country. He was going to be their savior. And he crushed them. And he made them do things they would not do. But they did it because they believed he was their savior. He was their road to freedom. After the wars, very same message. In America, the States, Canada, even England. Well, it's all about being free. Breaking free, freedom, freedom, freedom. And it worked really good. You see, because people were still slaves, but they didn't know it. The push of freedom made people get out and do more and work more because they were free. But they still didn't realize they were really just working to have a place to live and food to eat. Which, if you go back to the Egyptians, that's what they gave every slave. Food to eat and a place to sleep. So things were good. But eventually, the internet came along. People started to realize it's all a farce. Freedom is not what the system tells you. It's not what those who have millions and millions of dollars tell you. They tell you to go to work and be happy and live within your means because, well, to them, you're one of their slaves. They own the conglomerate you work for. You ever heard the saying, I make a dime and the boss makes $1? That's why I poop on company time. It's never changed. But here's a fun and interesting fact. Society was beginning to break free from it. People were waking up. Bitcoin was surpassing the Federal Reserve. It was on fire. You had millionaires, Bitcoin millionaires, who came from nothing. Now, whether they cashed out and they're still millionaires, or whether they wrote it and they're now $1,000-aires, I don't know. But it scared people. It scared the people that were in control. So what do we do? Do we fold? No, we shouldn't. And the government or the global society, the people in power, they tried to make us fold. You see? Because after the wars, all the messages were based around freedom. Freedom of thought, freedom of choice, freedom to live your own life. Well, things got carried away. The people with lots of money got worried. So next thing, a virus showed up. And government flipped the switch in almost every country. Platforms were no longer about freedom, freedom, freedom. I grew up in Canada. Canada, my whole life, has been one of the freest countries in the world. Why do you think they kept the fucking COVID measures longer than any other country? Because you need time to make the population docile. Lots of Canadians gave up their freedom for safety right out of the gate. Some did it to travel. But the whole narrative was, whoa, this will make everyone traveling safer. And that in itself is the problem. Countries used to operate with the perspective to make their citizens free, to provide more freedom. Well, the internet and cryptocurrency and things got too carried away, and those in power could not control those, quote, free citizens. So the game became make them safe. If any of you out there listening have missed a wedding, birthday, anniversary, hell, it's dark to say, but even a funeral. If any of you out there have missed any of those events, under the guise of safety, and you weren't mad about it, that's what they want. They want you to care more about being safe than about being free. I'll tell you right now, my 3-year-old, he's going to have a birthday party. There's going to be other kids there. They're going to do what 3-year-olds do. They're going to have a good time. We're not going to worry about safety. We're going to worry about having a good time. Because the ironic thing is, you were safer before. Look into the legislation. The government can now come after you if you say the wrong thing, if you disagree. You can be labeled for spreading misinformation. That's about all I got here at the Captain's Cabin. She not a ship, but she gonna be a truck. I hope you continue watching to see the progress.